Welcome in, guys. This is Altitude Problems, episode 9. We've got a very special guest today, Ian. How are we doing tonight, man?
Doing good, dude.
Doing good? Yeah, it's our first in real life podcast, guys. So a little different than we normally see, but you're probably going to see a little bit more of this. We've taken a lot of steps to make this happen, and I'm excited for what the shut the fuck up. Yeah, let's get right into it. Partner PB, let me know what you got for some racing.
Yeah, we have another big week of racing with F1 this week. We saw George Russell take the Austrian Grand Prix. It was kind of a letdown if you're a Ferrari fan. Obviously Lewis Hamilton coming off a big win the race prior. We had high hopes, but Ferrari seemed to kind of blow the race with the strategy that they had. My dad and I were watching, and at some point Lewis was on the podium. He was in top 3 places, and then they had him switch to soft tires to supposedly gain some places, and then ended up kind of just losing his position, falling behind, and eventually didn't even get a podium. And so we did end up seeing Verstappen get his best finish of the year. He got second place with Kimi literally finishing 2 seconds behind him right at the end of the race. Pretty crazy finish to the race. It was a pretty exciting one to watch, but now we'll just go ahead and move into some World Cup, especially since we just saw USA win their first elimination round since 2002, knocked down Bosnia. What did you guys think about our game?
Yeah, I'll let Ian take this one because it's more, football or soccer.
Football.
Soccer.
I thought it was pretty good, man. I was really excited how the guys came out, bro. They came out quick, and but they that offsides by Balogun, bro, that fucking kind of blue ball. I had that first goal, or I had it for 2 goals, so that would have been nice if I could have get that one out early. But then he did end up going to score, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
a lot of adversity we faced in the second half too. With him getting the red card kind of early in the second half. They played essentially 35 minutes without him.
Yeah,
and they scored without him as well. So some positive things to see with the U.S. Not going to go up against Belgium on Monday next week, but at the same time, they're going to be without one of the best strikers or the best striker that they have. But we'll see. I mean, anything past this is probably an absolute win for the U.S. for World Cup standards. I mean, I know they always want to win, but let's also pace ourselves a little bit. It's the U.S. They're probably not going to win. Even
against Belgium.
No, they could definitely beat Belgium, I think. But you got to go past some absolute gauntlets of teams. France, possibly Argentina if they make it to the final. And even before France, you maybe have to face Portugal or Spain. So it's gonna be a real gauntlet if they end up making a run.
Do you guys already see this World Cup as a success?
I think if they beat Belgium, I think it's an absolute success.
Yeah.
Right now, you could probably say it's what you expected, no matter what. But anything past Belgium is an absolute win. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think there were a few things that we still could do better. I didn't feel as much so that our ball control was as bad as it was in game 3. Obviously, we didn't have as many of our starters out there, but there were still a lot of ball control issues, I felt like, and this is something that we need to be able to lock down. And obviously, with Balogun getting that red card, it's going to be kind of difficult not having him at forward next game, especially since when we saw Pepe out there, it kind of felt like that was one of the one of those positions that we were lacking control on the front side of the field until Pulisic finally came in that game later in game 3. So obviously we're hoping for a little bit more control in this next game, especially with Belgium. They're coming off kind of a huge win. Obviously it was a little tough for them early going until the very end of the game, but they still pulled out the win. They're still a really tough team to beat. We definitely have our work cut out for us. I am really excited for how this World Cup has gone, though. It's been a lot of fun to watch as a USA fan for sure.
The back line's gonna have to step up next game against Coffee, bro. He was a fucking stud. When he came in, he sparked him up today. Got that first goal for them in the 85th minute.
Mm-hmm.
And right after that, it just flipped the script for him.
So, especially since they were down 2-0 pretty much all game. I mean, what was his name? Who did they play? Senegal, yeah. They had control almost all game until those last few minutes, and that's kind of felt like all World Cup is these teams that get these late sparks. I mean, you saw it with England today too, coming back late. Brazil, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been a common theme so far. Really exciting to watch. It feels like every team that we've been betting on too has not took the early lead in almost every single game. So it's been, we've been on the edge of our seat.
Every big team, dude, it seems like they faltered in the first half. Germany ended up losing, but they went down 1-0 as well.
Yeah.
and
England looked a little scary today.
Yeah, no, that bet wasn't as nice and safe as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think it's kind of becoming apparent England relies a little too much on Harry Kane. I feel like every time they need scoring, they have to look to him. So if you have a good setup and a good defense, kind of good defensive plan for him, I feel like that's what we saw in the majority of England's in that England game. But obviously, they managed to figure it out near the end. So we'll see if that's something that they can keep doing.
How are you feeling about L3 Mexico?
Woo! I was gonna bring that up. Feeling good about Mexico. Mexico finally wins an elimination game. Maybe the round of 32, but it still feels like they broke the curse of the round 16. So it obviously feels really good to see that win go through. Seeing all the Mexico fans be really excited, winning in the home turf and everything. It was really awesome. So I hope that we can keep going. And obviously the next one's gonna be tough. Mexico's got England in the next game. We were just talking about them, but I think that England still has their work cut out for them. You know, Mexico's
not to mention Mexico's going to be at home.
Yep, and Mexico has been phenomenal at home. Yep.
Yeah, that place is different.
Yeah,
that place is different for sure. You know, people talk about it. It's like the holy grail of soccer.
Yeah.
You know, if you're able to play there, man, that's insane. That's nuts. Like you're having the utmost at home field advantage. You know, they're looking great. They're performing great on the defensive side. You know, their attack is good. It looked a lot better last night with Mora in there.
Yeah.
I thought Gil added an extra spark to them. Raul, Quiñones, you know, they're great. They're great strikers. They both fucking came up clutch yesterday. But just back to that defense, man, all clean sheets throughout 4 games. That's nuts. You know, granted, you know, you kind of take it for granted, you know, who do they play? But at the end of the day, man, clean sheets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've been playing exceptional defense, and I think it's going to be really tough for England to come into their house and their house as well.
Yeah, I mean, England can't come in and play like they did today. They can't.
No, they can't start slow.
They can't start slow, dude.
You know, especially if the crowd's rocking, the crowd's into it, man. It's going to be really hard to follow through.
And that's what Mexico did yesterday. Is they started fast.
Yeah,
that was one of the first games. Like they started really quick. Like the first 30 minutes, they're already up 2-0.
Yeah, and then they just relied on their defense the whole entire second half, which is fine, you know? Perfect for them.
That's their game plan right there.
Yeah,
they're not huge attack on that. So that was exciting too.
Yeah, we got some exciting matchups tomorrow. I believe Portugal gets to go tomorrow. Friday is going to be Argentina. I'm excited for those. Personally.
Yeah. Did you expect this whole World Cup thing to take over as much?
No, I really didn't. You know, as a person that's kind of hated on soccer my whole entire life, and maybe it's the fact that I have nothing to bet on. Yeah. That's got to help it a little bit. I really enjoyed it. You know, I feel like I'm getting more into it. I know it's just a temporary thing, probably because the minute, you know, football comes back or, you know, the World Cup just ends, I'm going to fully focus on something else. But it's been a nice change of pace, honestly. Not even slightly.
And you, Dave, go down.
And you.
The only thing I'll do is play FIFA, man. Yeah. But anything you guys got else to add for like World Cup, honestly?
No, I'm excited, like you just said, for the upcoming matchup. So you guys have any like dark horse teams you guys been liking lately? You guys not
pulling for Norway, but they're not gonna do shit. I kind of like the U.S. Honestly, they're probably not gonna do much. You know,
they play who next year? Oh, they play Brazil Sunday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big matchup. Yeah,
huge.
Holland's just gotta show up.
Like big rest, dude. Like Brazil,
they played, I believe.
Yeah,
they played. It was the day before. Yeah, they played on Monday. Yeah.
So
Norway was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the same, but Colombia, man. I really like Colombia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think is gonna get the golden boot? Could be. It's like anyone right now.
Dude, probably Messi. Mbappe, yeah, I agree. Actually, Mbappe's been unbelievable so far. I think France is one of the few. Actually, one of the things I was going to mention is I think some of the teams that have been excelling a lot this year, for example, Mexico, have been the teams that have really good defense, not necessarily the teams that have those lead strikers. But then obviously there's the exception of France, because then you see what Mbappe can do for that team, and it's unbelievable. I mean, the boot that guy has, the rockets that he shoots, the setup, the ways he gets set up and can set up his teammates and has Dembele across from him. They're going to be a hard team to beat, obviously. You're going to have a phenomenal or perfect defense to be able to beat France.
That France attack is like insane. Like on paper and on the field, they're nuts. Like Dembele, you know, he's won a Ballon d'Or last year.
Yep.
And you know, you have arguably the best soccer player in the world right now, Mbappe, and then you have Olise too. I really honestly didn't even know who Elise was.
Yeah, and Elise has been phenomenal
Holy
this year.
shit.
Oh my goodness, in all facets. We almost saw him pull off an unbelievable bicycle kick last game that just barely went off the post.
But yeah, no, overall, dude, it's been a great World Cup.
I think you guys are kind of forgetting about Harry Kane, man. That dude's been on a tear.
Harry Kane's been really good.
It's just
he
scored
put
2, yeah.
in another 2. Yeah, he only had the one game that he got cursed by the witch doctor. So the only reason he couldn't score that game, but other than that, he scored 2 in every game.
Yeah, it's really just how far. It's the only, you know, it's just how far each team goes, really. You know, 'cause if France goes all the way, it's probably gonna go to Mbappe. Yeah, if Argentina goes, it's gonna be Messi probably because Messi's scoring in every game.
Yeah, Messi's been
even clutched up when he came off the bench.
That shit was sick.
Like
that free kick was tight.
Yeah, it's just like
speaking
insane.
of free kicks, what a unbelievable free kick by Malik Tillman today.
We should have did like 3 backs.
That was awesome. Yeah, you know, obviously with our backs against the wall, only 1-0, Balogun getting a red card. Felt like things were getting a little scary there, and then Malik Tillman pulls through with just a perfect free kick and puts us up 2-0, makes us in a comfortable lead.
I was low-key like,
yeah, I was like, we don't got a good guy for this? Like, we got a name brand guy? Come on. And he proved us all wrong. And he hit it right past him. That was awesome to see.
It looked like it was like slow motion, you know?
It kind of was like the game ender, too. Yeah. You know, because it was kind of scary. We only had 10 players on the pitch. And then we go 2-0, 10 minutes left, man. It was over.
Yeah, he should have hit one of these.
Him with a 9-9 Curry style? Yeah. Speaking of NBA. Dude, what an NBA week. Well, few days we've had.
We decided to take a week off at a crazy time.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the recap on the NBA I feel like it's just gonna be never ending if we keep talking about it. But like the big one was the first domino to fall was Giannis to the Heat. The amount of stuff they gave up for him. I mean,
I think
it's a big move.
It is a big move.
I think it's hard to gauge. You know, I talked to Ian about this day of the trade. It's Giannis. You know, to me, it did seem like a lot in the moment, but it is Giannis. The only thing to me in this situation is it does feel really weird to have kind of almost identical play types on both sides of the block. I mean, obviously, you're going to be able to dominate the paint both on defense and on offense. But the question is, are you going to have the shooting outside? I think they have phenomenal defense because they have Davion Mitchell at point guard. They have Giannis. They have Bam. They have so many defensive players, but I just feel like they're missing that one shooter. You know, like they have a lot of ways that they can score, but they got rid of their best shooter entirely. You're right. Actually, that was one of the things I was going to mention. We lost Tim Hardaway, so they do have a shooter in Tim Hardaway. I do think that was a huge signing for them because that was what I felt like they were lacking after that trade.
I just like the trade to me felt so weird. It just like it was big, but like this didn't feel like huge. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it just like it didn't shake up the sports world like I thought it would.
We all knew Giannis was going to get traded. It was just a clue.
It doesn't feel like it made the Heat instant contenders.
No, not at all.
No. Giannis can definitely take you to that level, especially in the East. But it's just, like kind of like what you're saying, their guards need to be able to shoot. Their wings need to be able to shoot. And I don't know if they have that, especially when you got rid of your worst shooter, your best shooter, in Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, only time will tell. But I mean, the Heat are so I guarantee you the Heat are going to be overhyped and they're going to be in the mix of things in the East regardless. I guarantee it.
I think they're going to be hard to score on though, and I think that's the thing that they were chasing. You know, obviously they're still going to be able to get some buckets. You still have two really big players down low. Davion Mitchell still had a lot of flashes last year where he was scoring a lot, and you picked up Tim Hardaway for the 3. So, I think primarily what they're going to be focusing on this year is not necessarily outscoring the other team by scoring a lot of buckets, but just keeping their total low. And I think that is something that team's going to be able to pull off. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Greatest player of all time, bro. I mean, getting rid of Harrow, Hawkes, and Ware, I feel like is plus multiple firsts. That's just insane.
Well, I think you didn't lose any value in getting rid of Kel'el Ware because you're getting Giannis anyways, so you can shift Giannis and Bam within those positions. I don't think that's a big deal. I think losing Tyler Hero sucks, but I think signing Tim Hardaway was what made that trade really big for their
sake. Is Tyler Hero going to transcend you?
No, not in, I think there was a change. I think there was a time where maybe we thought he might become that player, but I feel like he kind of leveled out at around like, if he's gonna pop off, it's gonna be like 20, maybe 25 points. And then average, he's gonna give you between 15 to 20.
Yeah, and he was a scorer. Yeah, he was hurt a lot last year too. I don't think he played much of the play-in, did he? Where I remember, he didn't play much, or if at all.
I don't even recall, to be honest.
Yeah. And we're also forgetting about Bobby Portis. He was part of that trade. He's a good shooter.
I think Bobby Portis is a big body. shooting wise, he's all right. I think he's a big body.
Bobby Portis gonna walk on the court.
He can. I think he's got a good mid range game, and I think that's obviously something that would be nice. It's not something that's going to keep them in the low block. They can spread it out a little bit more, so it was beneficial. But I still think that the biggest part of that trade was them later signing Tim Hardaway, because that was what they were missing, was a big shooter.
Yeah. And who's to say, trade agency, everything offseason is so bad.
Yeah.
Do they still have Norman Powell?
No, Norman Powell signed somewhere yesterday.
Oh, okay.
He signed a decent contract somewhere.
I mean, he was looking like an all-star. Wasn't he an all-star?
I think he signed with the Pistons, I believe.
That fits.
Might be completely off.
I mean, regardless, it's just it's a big trade in retrospect because of the ease.
He signed with the Bulls.
Did someone sign with this?
Chasing just a fucking one scoring role, looks like.
There's been a ton.
Let's just like rapid fire real quick. LaMelo to the Timberwolves, Ja to the Trailblazers, Kawhi back to the Raptors, which made no sense. Jaylen Brown to the 76ers, again, didn't make any fucking sense today. And then LeBron telling the Lakers he's not going to play for him.
I actually disagree with the Jaylen Brown thing. I think the Jaylen Brown to the 76ers was a really big move for the 76ers.
Oh, 100%. It made no sense for the Celtics, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they got a horrible deal. They got some picks in fucking PG. I love PG. He's one of my favorite players of all time watching, besides Curry. But at the same time, he's no Jaylen Brown. He doesn't do really anything for the Celtics except add a fucking guy to the injury list. And then you gave up 2 firsts for it, too?
How old is Paul George? He's kind of 38.
Yeah, he's old. He was a year after Curry came in. I mean, what are you really getting with that?
I think that the Celtics are more so starting to move into a rebuild mode. I think that they had a long stint with their whole team. They had Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and their whole team. And I feel like the more pieces they tried to add to their core, the less it was working. So I feel like they've more so just started moving into a rebuild mode, in my opinion. I don't think that they thought they were going to really get anywhere further with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I think after that championship, we've only seen more injuries and more regression out of that team. And so I think that they're trying to bail out as soon as they can and get as much value out of Jaylen Brown as possible.
So they won in 24. They won in 24, and then in 2025 they lost to the Knicks, right? And that's when Jason Tatum towards.
Yeah, I thought did they lose to the Pacers?
No, they lost to the Knicks.
Was it the Knicks?
Yeah.
But Tatum did tear his Achilles in that series.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Big thing. But Jaylen Brown looked like an MVP for most of the season.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are forgetting that. And this move to the 76ers easily puts them in title contention in the East. That team is nasty.
Yeah, that team is unbelievable now. I don't think you're getting much money out of it. I don't think you're getting much out of Jason Tatum, though. That's the thing, is I think that Jason Tatum has been so injured and has been the one to regress the most, while Jaylen Brown is, like Noah said, kind of starting to peak and at the top of his prime. So you're getting way more out of Jaylen Brown if you're trading him versus if you get rid of Jason Tatum. I feel like even if they kept him, you're not getting as much out of him as if you can at least get some capital now. They got some capital now. They got Paul George isn't, a great player, but he's a stable player that you can have in your offense for now, and you get some picks in addition to that.
Yeah,
so I feel like they're kind of just blowing it up.
They're not like completely,
I'm
laying an egg.
not like fully down and out on the Celtics or anything.
It's just, they always do some questionable moves where you're just like, okay, they shed a couple contracts a few years ago when they got rid of Kristaps and Derek White. Not Derek White, Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
To shed some money, and now they're shedding even more money, adding some role players.
That was their biggest mistake, I think, was letting go of Drew Holiday. I think Drew Holiday was that was a really good central force in that he was a veteran. He really paced the game well for them, and he was a good defensive guard. And I think when they lost him, I think the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown duo just felt like it was messy. Either one guy was scoring and the other guy had a terrible night, or one of them got injured and then the other ends up having to carry the team. It just felt like it was only one or the other, not they were working together as a duo, in my opinion.
And honestly, like, to new fault of the Celtics own, they kind of had to get Drew and Kristaps. It was just because the cap, the financial burden that it was putting on their roster, you couldn't really keep them. So it's just like, I mean, they got a ring.
Yeah, they did get the ring out of it in the end.
It was right. They got a ring. Yeah, dude. You know what's crazy is, like, if this is all it took to get Jaylen Brown, what the fuck are the Nuggets doing?
Yeah, it would have been a really
I
big
would
move
like
for the
him?
Nuggets. And yeah, like I was discussing with you guys earlier, I think it's less so the fact that we didn't want him, more so the fact that the Celtics probably got a better package from the 76ers than they could have gotten from us. I don't think that they were that interested in the players we have to offer. I don't think Christian Brown is an appealing contract if we were to move him. Other than Christian Brown, we would have to sign and trade Peyton Watson. Might be an interesting one for them. But like you mentioned, they could have possibly been interested in Jamal.
Yeah, get rid of fucking Jamal, bro.
But
I'm down for that.
But that's a big contract. That's a big contract for the Celtics to eat too.
Except
so you
they're
also have
taking
to
on
take into
Paul
account.
George.
Yeah, but Paul George's contract is expiring soon. You have to eat a full contract.
1 year.
With Jamal
He has
Murray.
1 year, yes. But like Jamal, oh well, you get a great guard. You probably get a first out of it as well, because he's no Jaylen Brown by any means.
Oh yeah, no.
He was a first-time All-Star in his 10th year.
I think it'd be pretty nice, but
I think that was a move the Nuggets could have made that could have easily made them a little bit, like, it's a lot better. I thought Jamal's like terrible, but like Jalen's a little like another level. He truly is.
If you want to make moves, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. Jamal's just like
yeah, and if the Nuggets aren't going to sacrifice anything, we're gonna have the same conversation next offseason.
I was talking to my friend at work. Yeah, I was just like, dude, I'm not even really like that pumped up for the Nuggets season.
No, we haven't done shit.
No.
I swear to God, if we sign LeBron, I'm not even gonna be that happy. It'd be cool because it's LeBron, yeah, but like, what are we doing at that point?
No,
like feeding his ego.
They just lost me after that first round, man. Like, obviously, I'm still a fan, but like, I had such high expectations for the team coming into last year. I was like, dude, we made all these moves in the offseason. We got first round back. We got the depth. We got Alan Junis, Tim Hardaway, bro. These fucking, they're soft as fuck.
I feel like we're like one of the only teams that's just not doing shit either this offseason.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like that. Yeah.
I mean,
it's like that's how I felt the Broncos in the offseason too. I remember the only team that didn't sign a free agent.
Yeah, we got Jalen Waddle.
No, until we did get Jalen.
Yeah.
But the first month of free agency,
dude,
everyone's clowning on us, bro.
Yeah, my team didn't do much either, so signed Javon Hargrave and called it a move.
Yeah, I mean, I think a big part of what's holding the Nuggets back is just the situation we're in. You know, we have terrible salaries, we have terrible contracts. We don't have valuable trade assets outside of Jamal, and Jamal would have to go to a really specific team that's willing to eat that contract, because it is a big contract. You have to have room on your team for the contract. So,
but it's not like you're eating like a shitty player.
No,
that's not.
That's why I don't understand why we
that's not the problem.
Like,
it's the fact
no
that you
interest
have to
there.
be able to afford it still.
But I feel like the trade between the Celtics and the Nuggets, the salaries would have aligned almost. Like, I think the Nuggets would have been taking on a little bit more.
Who could be a suitor for Jamal? Like, hypothetically, theoretically.
Kings.
I think a lot of the suitors have already been taking. I think that LaMelo going to the Timberwolves took up one of those suitors. Ja going to the Trailblazers took up one of those suitors. I think that there were a lot of guards out there that other teams would rather pay for than Jamal at this point.
Which is,
I think
he's getting
Jamal's better than both those guys.
I
don't know.
His ceiling, no.
He's not better than
right now. Maybe he might be better.
I wouldn't say,
but Ja's ceiling is far more than. You know damn well Ja's ceiling is better.
Recently, Jamal has been better, but I think that Ja is still younger and still has more time in his career. And two, yeah, he is more injured, but he still has a higher ceiling though. He's more potential too. Ja.
I mean, honestly, Ja had the OKC figured out before he got hurt too. I'll forget that. They could have flipped that series. You never know. Speaking of my,
I think there were a lot of games in the playoff series that Jamal didn't step up, and I think that 100%. Really turned off a lot of teams for trades.
I think that goes for a lot of players in the Nuggets too.
That's how the NBA is.
But no, like in general, even when we're just talking about Jamal, like right, Jamal had a great year. Like Jamal,
he had a career year.
He had an All-Star year, but it was, teams look at the moments that mattered, and the moments that mattered were the playoff
You
games.
really
It did
think
not look
LaMelo's
good in the
better?
playoff
Not better than
games.
him?
Oh,
Really?
I think LaMelo's a
I think
fucking idiot.
LaMelo's he's an idiot, yeah, but he's much more talented.
LaMelo's also a 6'7" guard in comparison to Jamal
Oh.
Murray, who's a 6'2" guard.
Yeah, and they're both cones. They don't play defense.
Yeah, but one at least has size.
Yeah.
I
Ja can play
I've seen
defense too.
LaMelo do some shit on the floor. I don't know what the fuck you do.
He's back in that Chino Hills era, bro.
I guess, bro. I guess it's like kind of the system he's into.
No.
Yeah, he was the only scorer, it felt like, with the Hornets, so it felt like they were always forcing the ball to him.
You know, another trade that really I didn't think made sense was Kawhi back to the Raptors.
No, that one really did make no
Like-
sense to me.
I think we're just like trying to get back to old times for the Raptors because you gave up a lot of youth. Kawhi's old. Yeah, he had a great year. No doubt about that. He was carrying that Clippers team for a very long time. But at the same time, like, what the fuck are the Raptors even trying to do at this point? You won the ring with him.
Yeah, the Raptors just get rid of all their youth and all their capital, and then for a player that you never know is probably going to end up maybe even being out half the year. It feels
Yeah,
like as a
especially the
trend for
past
him.
5-10 years of his career, you never know.
So I don't know. It just doesn't feel like he would make a big enough impact on the team to justify the package that they sent over for Kawhi.
I mean, look at this package. Brandon Ingram, he's a forward.
He's actually
He's
really
good.
He's young and he had a good year last year. Especially.
Remember when they were?
I think
saying
he
was
has-
good as like.
Didn't they just
KD.
trade him?
There was
2
some
years ago, yeah.
time. Yeah, they traded for him a few years ago. There was a time where he was a lot more highly touted, but I think he's still pretty good.
Who,
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
think
like,
that
if you're LA, like, what are you really getting out of this trade?
if you're
Brandon
LA,
Ingram, yeah, like,
If
who do
you're
they have
LA.
now? They got rid of everyone.
I feel like that's kind of the point.
If you're LA,
If you're LA, like, what? I mean, I guess you didn't protect it first. You get 2 of them and the pick swap and then some seconds. Yeah, those are great. But Grady Dick has no fucking future. Brandon Ingram will probably re-sign to a different team once his contract's up, which is in probably a year or 2. Like, but like the Clippers, you said they are doing a reset.
Yeah.
I feel like the Clippers got away with the steal
Yeah.
here. They got tons of capital out of just Kawhi. So I'm going to disagree with you.
I got too.
I mean, they did hit a fuel reset, and I do like what they're doing because you got rid of, and you're getting younger, like you said, but
Darius Garland.
Yeah, they just went.
I don't
picked
think
up
Darius Garland's that
Darius
good.
Garland. I think Darius Garland's great. He can put up some points.
he is a PRA merchant. But like, look at this team. Do you really think they're going to do anything?
Pretty solid.
Yeah, but again,
Derek
that's
Jones
not a
Jr. can
superstar.
fly.
You need stars to win. This is a team that's going to miss the playoffs.
Well, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, probably. But
In the West?
they said the same thing about OKC when they were trading for first round picks years ago, and look at them now.
It's hard to think like that right now, honestly.
No, I think that's
So
the
the
way
Clippers,
that
I
they
don't
need to think right now. Where were they going to get with Kawhi? They weren't going to do anything with Kawhi anyways.
I'm not saying like they can't do anything, but you still have big contracts on this roster, and they're all for like
You only have 2 big contracts.
3. If that's not 10 million.
10 million is not that big of a contract.
I mean,
No, 10 million. That's not
You only have 2 big contracts. You have a lot of youth on your team. You have tons of salary room and tons of picks. I like what the Clippers are doing. The Clippers know they're not going to go far this year, so why not start investing in capital?
yeah.
what, we got fucking Brook Lopez.
Exactly.
Chris
And they're only
Dunn.
paying him $8.7 million.
Yeah, honestly, bro, looking at this roster, they're not
It's-
that bad.
It's a solid roster. It's not
It's
going
gonna
to
be a
get
scrappy
anywhere.
looking
But I
team.
mean, it's cheap. I mean,
Jones?
and it's a cheap roster. It's not like you're totally
Lopez?
screwing your salary cap for the
They're
future.
not. Brook Lopez isn't great, but he's serviceable. And but
He's 38.
So is he?
He's no LeBron, 38. All right.
He's a shooter.
They're going to be the laughing stock of the West. Guarantee it.
There's a worse.
They're going
team
to
in
be.
the
They
West.
might be worse than the Kings.
Get
That's
the
saying
fuck
something.
out
That's
of here,
saying
bro.
something.
Look at the Kings roster compared to that.
The Kings roster is not that bad. They got a great young talent, a guard now, but I truly think like these are very comparable teams. Honestly, I really do. I mean,
Yeah, except the Kings are not sitting with a couple first round picks that they just picked up for trading their star player, are they?
got Zach LaVine.
That's a much more expensive roster.
Yeah, but they're all expiring.
How's
All those
that
other guys
better?
were not expiring.
Yeah, they're cheap contracts.
And
They're
you're
fine
telling me
with
the Kings are not better?
contracts.
They're older.
They're older and better.
This Sloan is hurt.
Yeah, I'll bet
I do
he's
think that the
healthy.
Kings are better, but that's not the point here. The point was that the Clippers traded their star player for a good future. I mean, where are the Kings going to get with this team? The Kings aren't getting much further with this team, and they don't have.
Well, they're
capital
shit
the
and
Clippers
they
just
have
picked up.
capital.
I ain't gonna lie. I told
Yeah.
I'll give
Yeah, but they don't have
Signed by
capital for the
contract.
future.
They got Malik
I don't see this
Monk.
team getting too far.
This team's gonna miss the playoffs too, but they're not gonna be much different than the Clippers.
Yeah, but the Clippers actually picked up some first-round picks.
I just don't see much direction with the Clippers, though.
That's why you trade Kawhi.
But there's no. What are you gonna get out of Raptors picks now? Probably like middle of the draft. You're not gonna get lottery picks probably. It's for another few years.
Maybe go flip their picks and just go big.
You could either flip their picks or maybe you get lucky and then you do end up getting a lottery pick. We've seen some insane lottery picks over the years.
Yeah, the NBA's fucking rigged.
Yeah.
Anyways, you think LeBron's gonna go to the Warriors though?
Probably.
Nah.
I mean, I don't know.
It's kind of soft, bro.
I don't really care.
This is soft, bro. He's 42.
I don't really care.
I don't really give a fuck either.
I honestly.
Like everybody had that.
I think it's kind of lame that he wants to just go to a contender. He's like, yeah, I'll take minimum payment. When like you're mentioning probably now, he was wanting to build a championship team himself. I don't know. It just and then he leaves his son too.
Nah, he got him that guarantee, and then he said,
This is just me from like my standpoint. Like, remember sick ass rivalry with fucking Golden State back in the.
Yeah, now they just
kind of like. When does that ever happen?
dude, they're all boys.
Yeah, like if
now.
he's old, I feel like he might as well just go back to Cleveland. I don't know. Going to a contender for another ring just feels like I don't know. Is he for one? He's not. I don't. I feel like it. That's what he said. He would take a minimum payment for a ring. For one, I feel like it may just disrupt the team's game plan, if anything, unless he goes to the right
I
team.
guarantee this is his last season.
Game plan too? I mean, that's done. They have.
Yeah.
I have no. They have literally a team of old fucks.
Yeah, and adding LeBron is going to help them.
I mean, I'm not saying that old fuck team can't be good because it can be. You know, they're going to be much smarter than any younger team, but athleticism will lack. You know, and injuries will come up. And if they trade for Anthony Davis, that is just the dumbest thing you could probably do.
I saw the Wizards weren't open to trading.
And why would they? They have a great core right now.
Yeah, I think the Wizards look really
like
good
their
right
young guys they've been drafting in the past few years are finally kind of developing. Got Trae Young, Anthony Davis, and then now DeBonsa. That dude's a stud.
Yeah.
We saw him in the tournament, dude. That dude was dropping 30, 40 a game.
Yeah, I think we'll see the biggest step up out of any team from the Wizards. You know, like you said, they have had actually quite a young core for a few years now that they've been developing. Keontae George and a few other players that have been kind of, you know, not really major starters, but kind of role play starters. And now you throw in stars like Trae Young, Anthony Davis to kind of help guide these young studs. And I think it's going to be a really, and then obviously AJ. Yeah, Keontae George is on the.
I think it's the wrong person. He's on the Jazz.
Yeah.
Keyshawn George, sorry.
Oh.
Not Keontae George, Keyshawn George. But yeah, either way, young studs being led by some Trae Young's not too old to be called you know, I would maybe call him a vet at this point because he has been in the league for a few years now. And so I think obviously in comparison to the young stars that he has with him, he's going to be the vet on that team. And then obviously Anthony Davis is the biggest vet. But we'll see how much he actually plays this year.
Anthony Davis is pretty old, bro.
Yeah.
He's like 33.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like 35.
He's old just because he came into the league when we were like
yeah.
fucking 15 or less. Way less than 15, actually.
Yeah, I remember him hitting a
now.
game winner his rookie year, actually.
Dude, like,
oh, yeah, he got drafted in like 2011, huh?
I mean, he's on his third team now.
It was like, I don't know. Let me see.
I mean, you know, kind of like going on your point, like your biggest step up. You can also, I could see Jazz doing something as well. You know,
didn't they just trade Walker Kessler?
Walker Kessler? Yeah, but he was injured most of the
Walker
year.
Kessler to the Lakers.
How big is that?
The Lakers are kind of interesting right now. I think they're kind of panicking after the news that they lost LeBron.
You don't think they're like?
I think they're going to get equal or better production than what they got out of LeBron.
I think they'll get equal production. I actually do agree with you there, and I think it's kind of a panic button move in that they're really just signing a whole lot of people and seeing if it'll work. But there's some pretty solid signings. Like it's not like they're bad signings. It's just will it work is the question, obviously, because now you're getting a whole bunch of different players from a whole bunch of different places and putting them together. And so obviously you're just gonna have to figure out how to make it work. But if you can make it work, they were definitely some good signings. And I love the trade for Walker Kessler. I mean, Walker Kessler put up a lot of really big rebounds last year. He's a big body. He's a young guy. So I think that was a really good move for them. So we'll see what the Lakers can do.
Because who was their big last year? It was fucking Ayton or it was Jackson Hayes, bro.
It was DeAndre.
You know, and those are fucking
really
bombs, bro.
Yeah.
Like, no effort type of players. Walker Kessler's the kind of guy who always put effort.
Every year. They have the same offseason.
Yeah.
It's really going to come down to how well, like, you know, Luka can mesh with them. Because it's going to run through Luka, and if he can stay healthy, that would be great. But if he can't, he can't. Well, what the fuck are you doing?
This person.
Oh, they're staring at us, bro. all sexy, But at the end of the day, with Lakers, I truthfully I don't think Austin Reeves will fit. I don't think he really ever did. Truthfully,
Fit with the what?
I don't think him and Luka are like the greatest duo, man. Like Luka's so ball dominant. You almost need your two to be like just like a straight pop and like catch and shoot shooter. It feels like not this guy that can dribble and drive.
I don't know.
Luka does everything by himself. He can run that whole entire offense.
Who did Luka have at his second in command when they won the championship?
Was that Jalen
Kyrie?
No. Oh, Kyrie. Yeah.
Well, I think
Kyrie's
actually,
Kyrie
I
is
think
no
actually,
Austin
no.
Reeves either.
Actually, I think you're close. I think you're close. I think he's close. I think you do need to have a catch and shoot kind of a guy, but I think the more important part is you need to have a facilitator, and that's what made Kyrie and Luka so good together. I think Kyrie was a phenomenal facilitator, and he could get Luka those open shots. And so even if Luka's ball dominant, if he starts getting double teamed, you can dump it off to Kyrie, and he can either make a shot
He will
happen,
always
or he
be
can
able to
get
go
you
get a
an open
bucket. But
shot.
Austin Reeves, I don't think he's that guy.
I think Austin Reeves lacks the ability to create plays for other players, and I think that's what Kyrie did so well that meshed with Luka.
I like that honestly.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Mavs do too. I mean, with the new coach from Michigan, you still got Cooper. You're gonna have Kyrie back this year. Klay Thompson. But fuck you guys. Let's talk about some Rockies. Anyways, my team, our team, are they winning?
Probably not.
They were winning right before we started this against the Marlins, bro. I'll give them a little slap.
Rockies.
Oh, we won 6-3 tonight. Awesome. Snapped a little bit of a losing streak, after coming back from Minnesota and losing 2 in a row at home. But as you kind of noted, our bullpen has been struggling, but our offense has been very, very good this season.
Yeah.
If we've had
fun to watch.
Yeah, like
except for when we blow the leads.
Like texted my buddy, I was like, the Twins twinned. Let's see if the Rockies rocky. What happened? The Rockies rock. The Twins give up a 7-run lead in 2 innings. Rockies take an 8-7 lead. And who gives it up? The Rockies, of course. Because why wouldn't they?
Yeah, and I remember on Father's Day I went to the game, and it was just a 1-run game. We were still in a pretty close game, and then we put in Mejia. I looked at my dad. I was like, "I'm sorry, Dad. This game's about to get blown wide open." And of course, we end up going down 8-3. But we almost made the comeback later that night, which goes back to our offense still being on that tear. But regardless, the bullpen they made it too hard for the offense to win, and that just seems to keep being the theme.
Yeah, and also I think obviously this is a very developmental year, as it seems like every year for the Rockets. Best 10 years almost now. But, I do see the light around the corner. I see where this team could be in a few years. I like the moves they made in the offseason. I like the young guys that they're bringing up, especially Cole Carrig. And we got some more on the way.
Yeah.
We got Charlie Condon coming.
Zach Veen has been tearing the freaking
they have been tearing the cover off the baseball. The future is coming. I'm excited. It's just, this next month's going to be really intriguing with what we do with our current roster. What do we trade? Will we get assets from, for future, prospects? So I'm excited. But we also ran into a buzzsaw. The Marlins have been the best team over the past month.
Yeah.
They were 20-6 in June. I mean,
Hey,
Sandy went 6-0 in June. And we almost took them down on Monday.
Yeah, we brought them down today, so a good win.
Yeah, we gave Max Meyer his first loss of the year. Think about that. So there's a lot of positives with this team, this offense, and 100 good, dude. Can't say enough.
It's been unbelievable.
We reached 30 wins a while ago.
What was it?
34.
A while ago, only.
We got there 4 wins ago, all right?
But last year, what were we at? That's what I'm saying. We are doing so much better, man. There's no chance for breaking a record this year. My goal right now is if we can get hot and somehow get to 70 wins. It's a stretch. We're just past the midway point of the season. We're at 34 to 35, I think. I can't remember the exact number. But
should have put money on it.
34.
I can't bet on
34 and 53.
I'm gonna start betting on baseball just to spite you, bro.
Fuck you. 34 and 53. You're not on track, but all you gotta do is get a little hot.
Yeah,
maybe get some young movement, young energy. We just brought up Gabe Hughes.
Dude, how many games out of the wild card are we?
At least 20. Hey, watch me have some Rocktober some magic like we did in 07. Dude, that would be electric. Be going to every game in September, bro.
It now, bro.
Dude.
We're calling it.
We're gonna finish 83 and 79. we're going to the playoffs. We're gonna get bounced in the first round, but it don't matter. It's collab with Rockies now, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm liking what I'm seeing on the team still. I'm still very very hopeful. I think you guys are too. You know, you guys are probably not as involved with the Rockies as I am, obviously. But I feel like I talk to you guys about it like almost daily now. So
I'm pretty. I would say I've been keeping up a lot more this year than most. So let's move on to our idiot of the week.
Yeah, Terryon fucking Arnold of the Detroit Lions. Ian, you know anything about this?
Dude, I was with him.
Oh, you were in Tampa? You were in Tampa, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
No, it's crazy, bro. I don't know, bro. I feel bad.
I don't feel bad. I think he deserves it. I think there was no reason for him to get involved with doing that. I think it was kind of just a petty move on his part, and he knew it would ruin his life if he ever got caught. So I think it was really stupid of him to do so.
You have the golden ticket and you get it away.
No, yeah, I'm not going to say, obviously, that it doesn't suck that he got the money taken from him, but, there's other ways to handle it now. Rather than just lose $250K, he lost his whole life and his whole career because he decided to do what he did. So, I don't feel bad for him deciding to decide to. I don't feel bad for him. He decided to throw his own life away. He's going to have to deal with that. And so, we'll just see how Terryon Arnold's career ends up playing out.
It's over.
Yeah.
He's never playing another down.
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe in the
he's still at risk for being locked up for life. I mean, he did get bail for now, but
$1 million.
He's still at risk.
He didn't kill.
I think
kidnap someone, dude.
I think when you kidnap someone, there's a lot of underlying charges that can stack up. I think there were a lot of underlying stacking up charges that definitely led to him deserving life. We'll see how the court case plays out.
Yeah, but anyways, let's get into our Denver Sports Fun Fact of the Week and wrap up this week's recording really quick. Do you guys have any sports facts that you know of off the top of your head that you want to share?
Off the top of my head?
Yeah, maybe you have something.
This was the first knockout win for the USA since 2002.
General knowledge.
The Mexico broke the curse of 16, even though it was the first round of 32 that we've seen. It was them winning their first Elam game in the World Cup.
Didn't I say Denver?
Shit, I forgot you said Denver.
Don't worry, I got some locked in, boys. Don't you worry. But you guys can keep rattling off some non-Denver ones. We don't have any Denver soccer-based things again.
All right, here's a.
Yeah, nothing.
All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for this week's episode, fellas. Thank you so much for joining us. This is our first live video, our first live podcast. So we'll see how many more times we do this. Maybe have a bit of a better setup next time. But
maybe my mom won't ruin things.
But unless you guys have anything else to say.
Did you know the Nuggets reached the conference finals for the first time in 1985?
Yeah.
For the first time since 1985, it says.
It wasn't off the top of your head, clearly. What the fuck? Anyways, guys, that is Big Country and PB with our guest, The Native, and this is Altitude Problems. And this is your week 9 episode. So you guys have a great night and see you on the sticks.
Peace.